Hello, everyone.
Baby, come back.
Kristen emerges from the Zoom background.
With a hair clip. Cute.
Very important.
Welcome back to Entropy. How are you guys doing today?
Hey.
Another
Great.
day in paradise.
Ish.
Really great.
Yeah. I'd like to thank you to Roll20 for sponsoring us. Thank you, Roll20.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Roll 20.
they're amazing.
Who wants to do a recap?
Oh no, I can try.
Okay. You got it.
Okay, so we started still in the encampment of lizard folk in the swamps to the south of Schliedel. We had met Vitra, who was kind of an older leader type figure in this community and spoke common a lot better than many of the other lizard folk we had encountered. Vitra advised that we would, as we had been told, be led to Simowanya, who we at first thought was the lizard folk's name for Selena, the black dragon that we are currently searching in our continuing endeavor to try and save Scythia.
Mm-hmm.
However, Vitra insisted that first we speak with his wife, Zinak. We were told to go into her tent one at a time and sit down and speak with her. Nash went first, having a little bit of draconic language training and none of us really knowing what to expect. Hit it off pretty well with Zinak, gave some rations or some sort of food was exchanged, and that certainly seemed to warm up this very elderly looking but still very keen lizard folk woman. We continued going in one at a time. She seemed to just be able to read all of us almost within an instant. The questions that she asked after that first moment seeming just superfluous, if anything. She definitely nailed Tess's nervousness, but Tess wasn't really up for answering her questions. She did explain that Simowanya is the lizard folk's god, who doesn't really care for anything, barely seems to care for the lizard folk, and only prioritizes survival more than anything. She was also referring to Simowanya with male pronouns, which we kind of scratched our head at because we were looking for a female dragon. We eventually figured out Simowanya is not who we're looking for, but hell, if it's a god and clearly someone who's built this oasis in the middle of a desert wasteland, maybe they're worth talking to. We also pieced together that the very likely case is that Turnock, the odd lizard folk individual that we had met back in Absolution, is likely the missing hatchling of Vitra and Zinak, who was separated as a child and never returned from getting lost in the wastes. We learned that Simowanya had sent another dragon away and made our way to that glade, where we found a temple. Emerging from it was Simowanya himself, this massive, scaled, hulking creature, but still bipedal and capable of language and whatnot. We discovered some young dragon bones, so it seems that whatever dragon had been in the swamp had long since been dispatched. The words of advice we were given from Simowanya were actually given to Nash. He said, go back to where you started. This sort of triggered a memory in Nash's mind of this dead zone in the sea off the shores of Ongol that might be a potential place to continue our search for Selena. So, gathering what information we figured we could from the lizard folk, we then continued our way back towards Ongol, coming to the river crossing where we had previously made it across with our friend Renee, ferrying us. We managed to bring the skiff across and make our way to the far banks on our own, where we discovered Renee's body, lifeless, on the pier, riddled with bullet holes in his back, his house burned to little more than smoldering framework. Philomena also gunned down outside, though she appeared to have taken a couple with her. Jeepers, the little eldritch horror, thankfully survived and was taken under Roscoe's wing, or more onto Roscoe's back, since they're about the same size. We figured we would at least bring Jeepers to Ongol with us to make sure that there was some glimmer of survival from whatever the grim happenings were there. We decided we just didn't have time to pursue the likely murderers of our friends because the fate of the continent at large was more pressing. So now we are stopping by Ongol, and the tentative plan, I believe, is to try and find a way to investigate this dead zone in the sea and see if Lazuli can give us any more counsel, resources, or if he's going to be of any use in the grand scheme of things at all.
Or a ride, maybe?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Something.
Yeah, and as we left off, you were outside the door in the hills that leads into the Lazuli Institute.
We were going to go to the town first, weren't we? To
Yeah,
drop
well-
off Jeepers.
We stopped off at the door to figure out, if where we should go first.
So what would you like to do?
So we think Jeepers will be safer in the town?
You don't think we'd be safe inside the institute?
What if he could be some kind of mascot?
Yeah, that's what I said last time, that everybody said, no, we got a big dragon already who wants to be the mascot.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Oh.
Actually, the dragon is secret, so Jeepers could,
But
be
knowing what we know about the faculty of the Institute, who do we think would be willing to take on something like Jeepers as a responsibility?
Crow is
Headman-
gonna love him.
Headmaster Echo, I'd guess,
What
Oh,
about the hot chef?
or the hot. Was
Hot
he
chef.
hot? Is he
I
hot?
thought he was hot. I thought he was kind of.
Okay. Oh well, I need to learn how to cook. All right, got it.
You think everybody is hot, Dash.
Yeah. No, I get
Um,
it. No, everybody
Kinda
that she
true.
thinks is hot is they can cook. I see what's going on here.
Speaking of, where did we leave Crenshaw and Anthony?
Oh, well, they got knocked out at that fight where we turned the guy into a dragon, right? Or they ran away and then we flew off on his back. So
yeah,
they should still be at Absolution.
yeah. Or they went back to their whatchamacallit, the place that it's close.
Ickerman?
Is-
Ickerman, yeah.
Oh, damn, they probably think we're dead. Last they saw.
But they
We
also know that Micah is a huge white dragon, so that'll be really funny to talk to them again.
Yeah, well, Redford was there too. I'm sure he would contain whatever chaos came of that. Right.
If he ever caught up.
Have
to it.
we spoken to Redford since? No, we did.
We've radioed him. So
Yeah.
if he told Crenshaw anything that we've done thus far.
And I did talk to him.
But did
and
we?
I did. I talked to him and I told him he needs to go check out the what are we calling it?
The hearth.
Caldera.
The caldera. Thank you.
Was it Redford, or were we only able to raise Kavinsky?
We did call up Redford and he was like, I'll have to see it for myself to see if this is really a threat. And I was like, well, fine.
I'm going
And that's
to
where
wait
he's been.
more time.
And that's where
is
he's
not
been.
an object to me.
And then since that conversation, the only person we've ever been able to talk to is Kavinsky. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we sent Redford to the hearth and haven't been able to reach him since.
Yes.
But have we tried?
Oh, well, he doesn't have a
Yes.
radio on him.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought Isabel just keeps answering and doing
Yeah,
the whole
Isabel's
why
man in
game.
the radio, which is still in absolution. Redford probably just belted up, tied his big boy pants on, walked out to the hearth thinking it was going to be fine. Who knows what's happened to him since then?
But let's deal with the issue at hand. Do we
Yeah.
go in here, or do we take a look at the town first?
Well, the only thing we got to do is drop off this little feller. He gives the creature a little pat. So I mean,
Well,
do it anywhere.
do we have any other business in the town itself?
Mm-mm.
I mean, I know there was a lot we were going to ask of Lazuli.
Yeah.
Nash, did you want to see what's his name? Nick?
Nick Filet.
Um,
Nick Filet.
no.
Can he cook though?
Yeah.
Maybe we do stop by then.
Oh, come on, Roscoe. You know the best cooking is
Yes.
going to be Franz's.
Plus, what time of day is it, James?
Let's say mid-morning.
Oh, he's not there anyway. He's out on the boat.
Oh yeah.
So let's head on in then. I could at least use a hot shower.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
All right.
It's been a while.
And if the scholars are not amenable to cute little jeepers, is it right? Jeepers?
Yeah.
Then we can always drop them off at somebody in the town. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, I get down close to Jeepers. I say, "You're gonna be fine."
Oh
And-
no.
And hey, Nash, everybody, I know we've been kind of a little bit. Maybe we keep it cool on the whole. Not a big fan of the institute thing. Just while we're in there, at least until we eat.
Oh, well, of course.
Okay.
Tess just stares at Nash.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're all looking at Nash with that one. Yeah, we're like, come on, Nash. We're trying to get Lazuli to play ball here, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that is why you will do the talking.
Well,
For what it's worth, my perspective has definitely shifted since we first met with our dragon patron.
mhm.
I am a little more empathetic with your point of view now, seeing how the rest live. I thought it was just a few of us unlucky folk, but seems to be the norm.
Yeah.
It's like I always say, Nash. Speak your truth after lunch.
Wow, that was pretty good.
I'll keep it in mind. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We can go in. I'm calm.
All right. Well, is there any protocol that we remember from going in the main doors? Because I know there's 2 Gatling guns pointing at it, and I don't want us to like get mowed
You're-
down on
You're not at the
accident.
main doors. You're at the one in the mountain.
In the rear.
In the hills.
Oh, okay.
One in the rear. Okay.
The hidden
Perfect.
door.
Oh, the one near the scaly stables.
Mm.
Perfect.
All right.
Speaking of
Let's
which,
go.
the stables are empty.
Could just be that all the pentacles are out.
Think they've trained another pinnacle since we left.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. So then maybe, but then why would they need scalies? Interesting.
Mhm.
Oh, we could check on the town to make sure the town hasn't been attacked. Because if Philomena and
Renee.
and Renee got attacked, maybe the town did too.
Well, the tracks cut back to the east,
Yeah.
and they seem to come from the northwest,
All right.
which wouldn't have put Ongul in the path.
Good. All right then. Let's just go in here and see what they know.
We don't see any smoke or screams coming from the town, do we?
No.
Okay.
Question before we go in. How much do we want to tell them about what we found in Lavender Hills? About Sarah?
I think we need to just let them know that there is another dragon, and then tell them that dragon values her privacy and has defeated any scholar group that has dared to intrude it. Right?
Mhm. So really nothing except
Yeah.
for the dragon.
Yeah. Just tell them about that there's another dragon out there that is safe and healthy, and so you need to stop being a bitch.
So if they ask if the dragon was Master Exploder, we're saying yes?
Oh
Uh,
no.
Or simply that Master Exploder was doing the dragon's bidding?
Yeah, serves the dragon. Yeah, it would be fine. Yeah, and then try and leave Master Exploder's mom out of it.
Every detail.
All
Right.
of it's
Yeah,
nothing.
we should leave that as bare bones as possible. Yeah.
I
feel like-
wouldn't consider these trustworthy. I would trust the lizard folk more than I would trust this institute. No offense, Tess.
Well, I mean, I think the real problem is what Lazuli makes of it and then what orders he gives. So if we tell him that he was ticking off not Selena, but Center every time that he sent someone to take on this necromancer, he's going to be like, oh crap. Well, I mean, that's not something I want, right? He's not stupid.
And you think they all know each other, right?
Micah
said they
intimated
did.
as such. He said we all four knew each other. We all kept this island divided up into 4 quadrants. We all what?
Do you think that they've made out, or do you think they're just pals or
Ooh.
enemies or
Ooh.
frenemy?
I know Micah and Center had a thing, but
Right.
oh, you think Selena and Lazuli? Oh,
Oh,
no.
No way.
No wonder
I
she's
don't
so
know.
close
Lazuli
by.
seems so clammy, and everything we've heard about Selena makes it feel brutal. But listen, I'm just going to put this out there so I don't forget my idea. But we know a very powerful necromancer, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
We also know where a dragon burial site is.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Just in case we ever need, an ace in the pocket.
I think that's a great idea. The problem is that dragon burial site is within the purview of a god that would not allow said necromantic dragon to leave.
Sure, I'm sure there would have to be a lot of, bargaining or
Yeah.
bartering. But again, it was just an idea
Yeah.
that crossed my mind
You'd
that I
have to
figured I
talk to
would
him about it. Yeah.
throw out there for the non-existent audio-visual record to look back on, because that's not a thing that exists.
It's been said.
All right, shall we?
Let's.
I'll go last.
And he actually looks over at Vorty. Sorry. Looks over at Vorty. Vorty, look, man, I know we always try and keep you out of this, but you've got those way with words. You ready for this, man?
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah.
All right.
He just the entire time he's like been looking, at town and almost like with this different set of eyes now because he experienced this whole town kind of like half out of it and drunk most of the time. So coming back sober, everything is just very different. Like
Yeah.
he really doesn't want to be here anymore because it brings
Yeah.
up too many bad memories.
Yeah. This
So
is.
he's been kind of very chill and silent the entire time.
a comfort.
And so when you're like, hey, you're good with words, it's like, well, I thought I was. I hope I still am. Let's see.
All right, man. You'll be all right, Vorty. You stay strong, man.
Who's going first?
I'd like to go first, and I'd like to go quiet, just to try and get a good look at each room before we press in. Because a couple of things are seeming off. Nothing dramatically scary, but if there is something dramatically scary, I'd like to see it before it sees me.
All right. So Tess, you open the door, which is set into the side of a hill. And as you do, you hear a click.
I roll backwards or take the dodge action.
It's,
however you
it's
want to
not
say it.
something that you wouldn't be familiar with.
Oh, okay.
'Cause as you open the door, lights inside the cavern come on down the cavern.
Okay.
Yeah, as you would know, a few dozen feet inside, there's the room that they kept weapons and other things in.
Mhm.
And if you keep moving on down this corridor,
Like the shops and
yeah, the lights come on automatically when you open the door.
I just listen for a second to see if I hear any movement further in.
Roll a perception check.
Ooh, 27.
All right, so Tess opens the door, pokes her head inside. You hear an unfamiliar noise inside. It's not a noise so much as a vibration. The lights along this corridor that come on as you open the door, from deep within the mountain, it's like a humming that is a vibration through the stone. And the lights dim. And then they come back. A few seconds later, they dim again.
So
And then they come back.
I don't know if you'll remember, but I had told Ulrich before we left that it looked like someone had been messing with the generator. He didn't seem concerned. Maybe we press on as if we don't know what's waiting for us in here.
Do we want to try and head to Lazuli first or check on the professors?
Well, I think we start with, if I remember the layout correctly, we'll probably get to our dorms and Crow's training room before we get down to the professors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to the barracks and I think the office. Yeah, the one office or two.
We
Couple
also
offices.
could make, if there's fights to be had in here, I'm going to need light, reliable light. We're not terribly far from where the generators are. We could start there
Oh,
and
okay.
see what's going on, what's causing all of this.
All right. Get to the generator, try and fix it.
If you all are okay with it, I can take a 30-foot lead and move silent.
Yeah. Okay.
I know I'm not, your level proficient. Do you want me to come with you? I don't think I'll hold you back.
I am very fast and can get out of a sticky situation a lot more easily than some people.
That only costs me a key point, so it's cool.
And sure,
So I can do
Yeah,
that too.
absolutely.
Yeah, I can do that too.
a second set of eyes might be useful.
All right, cool.
Well,
Let's go. Nash, keep a keen eye back here, yeah?
hey,
Sweet.
Adam, man, I know you're not, I know you're a little weird about this, but good luck. And I reach my hand out to shake your hand.
Yeah, shake it.
I'll give you the bolstering magic and you feel some magical energy flow into you. You get an
Okay.
extra D3 on any attack roll or ability checks for the next 10 minutes.
That's awesome. Thank you.
We're gonna make Adaman love magic by the end of this.
Adaman is fine with magic. He's just is hurt that all of y'all decided to use magic and didn't tell him because there's all sorts of cool monk classes I could have picked.
Leslie doesn't have an ounce of magic in her. She is literally the first non-caster character I've ever played. Just
Yeah.
throwing that out
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Well, I guess Mulligan.
yeah.
Oh, he just had a magical personality. Okay, yeah, we're gonna stealth ahead.
Okay, so Tess and Adaman, you're going to move down the corridor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody else
Super
is staying behind.
Stealthing.
Well, we're not staying behind. We're just 30 feet behind.
30 feet
But we'll
behind.
move.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
definitely-
and Jeepers I'm keeping Jeepers close.
I would too. All right, so you make your way down the corridor.
Make him away.
Adam and
my way
Tess, and every few seconds, the lights dim, and then they come back. And
Mhm.
when the lights dim, if you were to reach out and touch the wall of the corridor, this tunnel through the mountain, it starts to vibrate really heavily. It's where you can almost hear it, like a humming noise. But as the lights come back, it fades. So you go down the corridor. Why don't the two of you, since you're out front, why don't you roll a stealth check for me?
Advantage from your cloak. $29.
Oh shit. Okay.
Don't forget your D3.
13 total.
Okay, so Tess and Adaman are up front. Adaman is, I don't know, every now and then he steps on a rock and yells. No, I'm just, so you guys are out front, and you come to that spot where the underground river is going by,
Mhm.
with the generator.
Mhm.
You don't see anyone.
How does the generator look?
Roll a investigation for me.
I would like to aid her, please.
All right.
15.
None of the doors. You remember seeing a couple of access panels
Mhm.
on the outside of the generator? They're all closed.
Okay. Can I move up to them and pull one open? Because when they were open before, I made a point to really look at what everything looked like, so
Yeah,
I
I
would
remember that.
recognize anything different in the future.
I remember that. Yeah.
Got you.
Okay. So you open one of the access panels, and it looks the same as you remember.
Okay. I just want to wait until we get another fluctuation so I can see if anything rattles or behaves unexpectedly when there's those like ebbs and flows.
Okay.
And is the water level normal in the river?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The water level looks same as usual. The next time the lights dim, you can feel through the floor, through the rock floor and through the rock walls. If you really look at the river, you can almost see the river vibrating as well.
It's all. Do we think that Lazar's got something else running down there that's sapping power? Do you think he's trying to dig his way further in?
Or he could have some sort of last ditch defense. I'm worried for the professors more than Lazuli. You know what I'm saying?
Do you guys know what I mean when I say the phrase electrical smell?
Yes, I do.
Ozone-y type of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when you used to have the transformer block for your old NES that would plug into the wall, right? And that smell, by the way, is the insulation on the coil degrading a little bit because it got overheated, and that's what you notice inside this generator. Is when the lights dim, you smell something, and you notice that inside it's getting hotter.
Lazuli breathes lightning. That's part of the reason we need him.
Yeah. Let's find him first.
I think so.
All right.
All right. So we'll make our way towards that hidden tunnel that we found from the library. We figured out where it intersected with another tunnel as we were making our way down. So
Making our way down.
Still same arrangement if everyone's okay with it. I'd like to go out 30 feet. And Tess kind of heard Adamant's feet shuffling. Are you sure you've got this?
This time I will do a lot better.
Statistically.
Cool.
So, are you okay? So, are you heading down to where you can find Lazuli, or are you going upstairs in the school first and then going through that way?
I think
No,
we
we're-
could go down and then work our way out.
Yeah.
All right.
Because also, if
Not
something's
there.
pushed in, they would have fled to the fucking dragon.
And we do know that downstairs there are ways out underground,
Or at least places that can bolster defenses.
at least. But we do know if, like, when shipments arrive, they come through the underground.
Okay, so you've been down to Lazuli's workshop before, and you make your way through the rough-hewn corridors. Eventually, you get past where there are lights built into it, and you head down into the mountain. Tess and Adamant are out front, being stealthy. So why don't you guys roll another stealth check for me?
Okay.
Is there any way I can assist him? Like, even if I'm just like taking my little sash off and wrapping his feet for some extra padding, or
Adamant doesn't need
if
it.
I go a foot ahead. Oh, okay. Well,
23.
Okay.
Cool.
I told you I'd do it.
I did want to
Also
just
23.
We're not like, maybe we're not stealthing, but we're also not, throwing rocks or joking
I
around.
understand.
We're trying to be good too.
I understand.
Yeah, I feel like you guys kind of
I feel like it
Vorty-
needed to be said.
Even Vorty is like extra quiet. Again, like this brings back a lot of memories for him when he was like drunk out of his mind. So this is all like surreal. Like, oh yeah, I remember that. And I remember the alcohol I was making downstairs.
I think Vorty and Nash had to kind of like pull Roscoe away from like heading to the kitchen. Really, everybody's being
It was
really,
really,
quiet.
it was really subtle though. We just like grabbed your shirt and just kind of.
Okay.
All right, so Adaman and Tess are up front,
Roscoe.
stealthing, and then Vorty, Nash, and Roscoe are following behind, at least 30 feet away, with Jeepers in tow. And you move through the corridors you've been through before, down to where Lazarus' lair is. You get to the spot where you had to clear away the rocks. It was kind of a red herring, right? Cleared away the rocks. There was a hole that went into the ground. You go down through there, and you come to Lazarus' lair, which is, as you recall, there are desks and bookcases everywhere.
Bones.
Yes,
Oh, that's before the
Chamber.
the change.
that was
chamber.
the antechamber,
Oh.
if you will.
Mhm.
But the chamber seems empty, except there's a door in the back of it that's open that you did not see before.
Can I pause and listen to
Sure.
see if we hear anything coming from beyond that door?
You don't just hear, you can see neon pink and purple light coming out of that room. And when the humming gets more intense from inside the mountain, so does the light.
Meta. Just so I know what picture to paint in my head. Does this look a lot like the same kind of neon lights that were coming off of Corinne's machine?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Tess will try to stealth to the doorway to get a better look.
Roll a stealth check for me.
And this she would like his chamber is what, like 60, 80 feet across?
Yeah.
So I can make that in a turn. So Tess would like silently ask Adaman to wait.
You
Okay.
will do so.
Okay. One of those was a natural 1, but the other was a 17 for 27.
Okay. You make your way across Laszlo's workshop, and you to this door that's set in the back. It's clearly a hidden door that is open.
Mm-hmm.
Something you didn't notice before. Pink and purple neon light is spilling out and coloring his workshop. As you get closer to the door, the humming gets louder. When I say humming, I mean like the rock itself is vibrating around you. The light gets brighter. You stick your head just inside the door, look around, and you can see the blue dragon, who is wearing welding goggles
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
It's adorable.
and like a leather apron with tools sticking out of it.
In
But
his
size
dragon
for
form.
a dragon, yes, size for a dragon.
This is the best thing I've ever imagined.
What a
I
large
actually have to
apron.
do fan art for this. Okay, anyone else? What's he doing?
And inside the room, you see a gigantic. I say gigantic. I mean it's 10 feet tall, 6 to 8 feet in diameter. Big glass cylinder.
Hmm.
The light is coming from inside the glass cylinder. And Lazuli has a panel in front of him where he is turning dials. You see him making notes on a page.
No one else seems
And-
present.
In the ceiling of that room, there are big holes in the ceiling with big fans, kind of like you saw other places in the Institute where they were getting airflow through. So there's 2 big holes in the ceiling with fans set into them, and they are moving at full speed.
I only see Lazuli.
He is alone.
Okay, I will just stealth back to Adaman and gesture for him to us to continue back to the party, just to put some distance there.
All right, we go move back to the party.
So he's in there. He
Mhm.
seems all right. He's working on something big.
What kind of something?
This like neon lights and this massive glass chamber and huge vents, I guess, to keep everything cool. I think we should go talk to the professors and see if they know anything about this.
Maybe it's like a present for us since we're coming back.
Let's go talk to the professors.
Okay.
Is it a surprise?
Think it's
Um,
like that.
As we walk, I'm gonna let everyone else take lead and just have like a hand holding on to the back of Adaman's robes, and I'm going to pull out the book of research that I got from Yancey about Corinne, Winter, and Isabel's notes
Mm-hmm.
on the project that caused the event in Absolution. And I am just thumbing through looking for anything that explains this, because he was also the one that mentioned that there had been like a flash of crazy colored light that was indescribable, which is the closest thing Tess can think to what she's just seen.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm just voraciously reading as we go.
Okay. So you pull
Are
that
we not
up.
going to? Are we not going to say anything to him?
Maybe not just yet. If
Well,
we
if
need to
it's gonna
confront
be-
him about a secret project, I'd like to have the professors with us. I want to
Or
know
if
if they
it's
know
a
about it.
surprise for us, it'll be kind of messed up if we like ruin his surprise for our the surprise for our surprise. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you like surprises? Okay, fine.
Unless,
fine.
unless
I
we
am
want to
not in-
surprise him, like surprise we found out.
Now that I would like a big gotcha. Okay, fine.
All right. So Tess, you look through the notebooks that you got from Yancey. The details, Corinne's scientific.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Journey
understand any
towards-
of it.
Mhm.
I'm more looking for descriptions of giant glass cylinders, fans, and neon lights.
No,
I don't
there-
know what
there
it's going
are-
to mean.
There are diagrams inside it that that look a lot like what you saw Lazuli doing.
Okay.
Does it actually like label exactly like this is,
Not exactly,
capacitor?
but the drawings and the diagrams inside look very similar to what
This
you
is a
just saw.
magical capacitor /
Great.
reactor.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Great. All right. Fantastic. Where is Ulrich?
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
check on the professors.
So you all head upstairs to the rickety elevator, which was down the corridor from the generator that was on the river. You go upstairs. You let yourself out of the elevator. You have to go, I believe, if I remember correctly, you have to go through the room that had Roscoe's motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
And the still and everything from before. You go up probably the quickest way to go is to go up that ladder that went through the trapdoor in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
As Tess notices that we're passing through the room with the still, she's just going to look over at Vorty. Are you all right?
Yeah,
You don't have to answer, but if you're not, if there's anything we can do,
I'm
send it away.
fine. That's behind me now.
Insight check.
Okay.
I want to insight him. I want to see how fine he really is. Oh yeah, I'm sure he's fine. He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
This means she rolls low, everyone.
This is just giving him the eyes like.
Yeah, I mean, he seems very genuine.
Mm-hmm.
So you come up through the trapdoor in the kitchen, and the lights are on. Every now and then they dim as you hear that vibration in the rock increase, but you don't see anybody.
What is France? Do I smell any fresh bread, the cookies?
No.
Does it look like everything's been packed away? Like, are there cooking utensils out? Are there ingredients out?
The fire is cold. There are no, ingredients out on the counters, anything like that.
I'm gonna open a couple of the cabinets. Does it still look pretty fully stocked, like they're feeding people daily?
Well, I mean, it looks stocked, but it's stuff that wouldn't perish in a short amount of time. Nothing perishable.
My friends, something is amiss. This is not what Franz would want. And as I go through the cabinets, I find some like dried fruit, and I throw the pack over to Roscoe.
What do you mean? That you think Franz isn't around?
I don't think he would let his kitchen fall into such disrepair.
Or disuse at the very least.
Yeah, I rub
Let's
my
just keep
finger
looking.
across it, and it's a little bit dusty, I assume.
No, it's not dust.
No dust?
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. That's good.
Something happened to Franz.
Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's just stick together and
Let's
keep
go
moving.
Find him.
Should we check the training room next?
Sure.
Well, we're still downstairs. Well, if we're in the kitchen area is where it would lead us to the other classrooms.
classroom.
Right?
We can check all the classrooms, yeah.
We could check out because we're at the kitchen area, the dining area. If we cross the hall, we'll go into the classrooms and the medical area.
Mhm.
Okay.
We'll check that.
So you go into the classrooms and the infirmary, and no one is there.
Does it look like this area has been used? Does it feel abandoned then?
I don't know.
Is it just
About
like
more like packed up and left for later.
It's a school when the teachers are gone for summer vacation.
Yeah.
Still super creepy. God.
Yeah, it is very creepy because it does feel like there's, we're used to seeing people here, and Vorty's
So-
having all kinds of flashbacks.
This floor is below where the dorms and the training room are. Well, then I should know how to get to the sort of tucked away like teacher's lounge, because I followed Ulrich and Echo
That's true.
when they took Roscoe
I
and
remember that.
memorized how to get there. So we could check there. That's where they seem to spend their leisure time.
All right. Let's go.
Okay, so you go down the stairs towards that where they took Roscoe before, and you recall that there was a big fireplace with a roaring fire inside, but now it's cold.
They also had like a bunch of little like sitting chairs and a couple of writing desks.
And that's still there.
Any notes on the desk or any items notably missing?
No.
All right. Top floor then.
Okay. So you go back up the
And
stairs.
can we be rolling investigation checks or something?
I have a passive investigation of 15. I should notice anything that's like out of the ordinary. But if I need to say I'm looking in every room, I will.
Okay.
So I'm trying to less
I have some-
meta get across.
My passive investigation is 9, so I'm gonna be honest and like I've just been looking at 40's butt the entire time.
What you think though, girl?
Furry butt.
What's the verdict? Oh yeah.
Furry and firm.
Furry shanks.
Mm. It's a lot tighter now that he's sober. He's getting
riding
more
that bike a lot,
exercise in him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
So you go up to the what was the second floor of the institute where the training room is and the dorms and stuff, and it's all very quiet. You also
No
have the
notes from them, no notes like
corridor of offices that the professors have.
itineraries,
Yeah.
schedules for like what they were planning to do.
Are the office doors open?
Oh, great question. Yeah, are the office
And-
doors open?
They're not
Oh.
open, but they're not locked either.
Ulrid's office was on here, and that's where the radio was, I do believe.
The radio
I'd
that
say
he
we
hasn't been
need-
answering for
Yeah.
a long time.
We need to go through their office and see if there are any notes on what they were planning, because it seems like they just up and left.
I don't think. I mean, Ulrich would have known something was happening. I don't think this would get by him.
Did they
Well-
up and leave, or is there like a fishing season? Is it just not the fishing season of the school? I didn't go to school, so I don't really know. But-
James, does it look like this place got put up in a hurry, or it seems like everything is very nice and neat?
I mean,
They're
it's
like
nice and
ready
neat.
for
Like, did they take their time?
It's nice and neat.
Okay, so it seemed
Does it
like
mean-
they had time to plan for this.
Yes, when fishing season is over, you get the boat prepped, you put it away for the winter, and you're ready when the season starts again. Maybe schools do something like that.
But someone's always still on campus during the summer.
I
For
don't
the
think we
winter,
can
or,
draw
like,
any
it's-
conclusions until we finish investigating everything. There's also still the great hole upstairs with all those valuable relics
Yeah.
and things that wouldn't likely be left behind. We can see if there's weapons still in the training room or if the storeroom has been depleted in the supply closets.
All right,
But I think the offices is the best place to start.
let's check it
Okay.
out.
I did
Anyone-
grab some snacks from the kitchen, though.
Anyone in
Yeah.
particular's office you'd like to look at?
Maybe a cookie.
Ulrich first, I think. and
Ulrich's
then
office? Okay.
we'll move to Headmaster Echo afterwards.
So, like I said, the door is unlocked.
Yeah.
You look around his office. You don't find a radio.
Okay.
There is a board on one of the walls where he would write notes, and he'd have like a calendar up there that he drew on this wall. And you see one word that is circled. Hearth. And I think that's where we'll take our first break.
Oh no. This is bad, guys.
Did they all go to the hearth?
If everyone's at the hearth, I'm very upset with you. Just want you to know.
So we'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, no, I'm upset with you.
People need to answer their radios.
Yeah.
They give us the. Oh wait, they gave us the radios.
So you are in the dormitory offices area, and the lights dim to almost totally dark, and you can feel the rock vibrating around you, and it holds for a long moment, and then the lights come back.
Nash, I think it's time to go yell at a dragon.
I've been waiting all day for this.
I don't agree.
Do we want to try one last time to raise Ulrich on the radio now that we know it's not here?
The radio isn't here.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Send out one last message.
Tell him we're in his bedroom.
Okay, hold on. Ulrich, Adaman, I'm in your bed right now.
Oh my god.
You wait for a moment.
If he's ever going to answer, now is it.
Yeah, I know.
There's no response.
Damn it.
Ah.
Can I try something?
Sure.
Ulrich, if you're there, basement implosion imminent. We should speak. Where are you?
You wait a moment. There's no response.
I knew it.
Okay, can I try something?
Sure.
I take the radio. Franz, this is Roscoe. If you're out there, anywhere, let us know your location. We will find you. We will come for you, Franz.
Oh, you're on mute, 40.
Like, I take the microphone. I'm like, or at least let us know where the cookies are.
Where are the cookies?
There's no response.
Let's go talk to Laszlo.
This is sort of pointless.
Yeah.
Are all the other offices in similar states?
Mm-hmm.
Packed away, not disheveled. And we passed through the shops and stuff on the way up here. Were there supplies like missing from the stores? Like, did it look like there had been an exodus?
That room where they had, I don't know if you remember, but Adaman put his pack together up in there, and Roscoe, that's where you were given your axe. And when you were in there with Dendra, I remember that. Yeah. It's not that it's empty, but it does look like a lot of things are missing.
Let's go yell at a dragon.
James, just really quickly, did Crow have any sort of like signature weapon? I remember him using a quarterstaff a lot.
He did that in the training area, but he didn't seem to have a signature weapon. He seemed like he could use anything.
Okay, so nothing that. I guess I was looking around to see if he had left anything important behind.
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
If we were to make a cursory stop through the dormitories, there's no notes left for us or anything.
No.
If we open up the chests, are there like belongings of potentially other pinnacles that
No,
maybe
they're
were
empty.
sitting there? Ooh.
Who wants to do the talking when we go back down there? I'm not the most persuasive person because, I've got the resting bitch face, but I'm usually pretty good at knowing what to say, even if I don't say it in the most charming fashion.
I know exactly what to say, but it is not what you're wanting me to say. So.
Vorty, you want to go this one tag team?
Yeah, I'm all about massaging.
Do you mind?
Well, yeah.
Sure. All right. Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. Come here, Nash. I'll massage you. And I'll give Nash a nice massage. Like, but I meant massaging words too, and so
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. Cool. Oh shit! I really hope this doesn't blow up in our faces, figuratively or literally. Adaman, maybe you should hold on to these just in case.
Okay.
If he decides to vent his anger in my direction, and I will hand over the research papers
All right.
that Yancey gave me.
I will take the research papers. All right.
Remember, this Corinne person was Echo's star pupil.
Yes.
He could be just as responsible for what's down there as Laszlo. I have no idea.
It also seems like Laszlo has figured it out.
He's figured something out, but I mean, when this Corinne person tried to use what she made, it blew up a town somehow. I mean,
And cleared away the slag.
You feel the way the mountain itself is shaking.
Mhm.
That's not a reassuring sign.
I feel like someone like Lazuli would set something like that off, go hide in the ocean, and then come back and reap the benefits of a sunny day.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I can sing a nice little tune to make the earth move, but it's another thing entirely to do what you can do with what they're doing with this mountain.
And I wonder if Corinne looked as good as Lazuli doing all that science stuff.
If that might be worth saying if you need to please him.
It's like, oh, you look cute with those goggles on.
Oh, the goggles.
As we're descending towards his.
Yeah,
There.
we're walking while.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like
Massage while we
prepping my
walk. Yeah.
I'm prepping my lines.
Do
Don't
we
be
want to
don't be
go-
fooled by the goggles.
Do we
Nash,
want to go
this is-
quiet? Sorry.
Completely into the night. No, we don't want to go quietly into the no. What?
No.
I only got that close before because I was pretty quiet about it. Do we want to just go a knocking? Or
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to
sneaking?
sneak attack the guy.
Yeah, but also yeah. If he hears us coming, he might shut his secret door and claim he doesn't know.
Maybe we go into the chamber quietly, and then when we see the door,
Yeah.
This is a
We-
dragon, right?
you do the thing where you knock on the door when the door is open. It's like, ha ha, knock
Hey.
knock.
Yeah, we don't want to startle a dragon.
Mhm.
Yeah. True. All right. Yeah, this is going to be great. It's going to be fine. It's going to be wonderful.
Okay, so you
Let's
make your way back down
Make him
Come on.
to Laszlo's workshop. Are you doing the same thing you did before, where stealthy people are out front, or are you just going as a group?
Group stealth check. Group stealth check.
Sure. Let's do it
Okay,
yourself.
group stealth check.
At advantage, everybody. We all have to close.
Oh, wait.
Kind of low for me, guys.
Oh, gosh. 5 and a 6 is what I rolled.
I rolled 2 and a 3.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I
We
think
all did well.
Definitely not
added
startling
positive,
this
you know,
dragon.
21, 22, and a 19 versus your 6 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not startling
I
this
mean-
dragon, which is maybe okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy.
See.
So the last time the lights dimmed and the rock vibrated, it lasted for a while.
Define a while.
30 seconds.
Oof. It's a long time in the dark.
Yeah.
Like you can almost hear it in your head. So you get to Lazuli's workshop that you saw before, and you see the door that's open in the back of the room. Tess is the only one that's seen in there so far.
Yeah. So I'll turn and look at Vordy, who I assume is right next to me since we're going to be doing the talking. I'm really good at getting out of the way quickly if I need to. I can pop in and announce us. And if he's really upset that anyone's down here, I think I probably have the best chance of getting out of there alive. So maybe just stay right here on the side of the door and I'll give you the signal when it's time.
Sounds good.
All right. Wish me luck.
And I turn around to everybody else like, wish luck.
I'll scoop Vial out from my hood and just I'm actually going to deposit him on Roscoe's shoulder since Roscoe has Jeepers. I'm going to put him on Adamant's shoulder. I know Adam is not a huge fan, but
Yes.
I don't know what Jeepers eats.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would probably have left Jeepers behind a little bit for this one. I don't necessarily want him in there. So
Okay. You want to leave him in
maybe
the kitchen?
Yeah,
Mm.
just let him loose in the kitchen. He's had a hard couple days.
Okay.
Don't worry, Val. I know evasion.
Yeah, me too, thank God. Yeah, I will take a moment to just sort of adjust my scholar's cloak, tug on my armor a bit, and I will just step through the door. Hello, Lazuli.
The dragon turns and looks at you with his welding goggles.
I bow.
He reaches up and puts them on his forehead.
Your scales are looking particularly shimmering today.
What are you doing here?
Our jobs as scholars, seeking out information. I could ask you the same.
Every scholar in Traskak is going or on their way to the hearth right now, so what
Why
are
is
you
that?
doing here?
We missed the memo. Why are all the scholars heading there?
Apparently
Morty
you
slowly
did
like
miss the
moves into the
memo.
room like,
Dude, Nash's fists are just like my whole body is already shaking from this interaction.
And Adamant's just like giving her a little shoulder rub. Easy there, Nash. Easy. Don't.
Mm.
No, it's okay,
Mm.
Queen. Yes,
Did
Queen.
you miss the memo?
Yes, we've had trouble raising anyone on our radios. What was the memo exactly?
That every scholar in Traskask is going to the hearth.
Why?
But you are here.
yeah, because the what form did this memo take? Because we haven't received a single memo.
It was a radio communication.
Interesting.
Our radios.
How long
yes.
ago was it sent, Lazuli?
No, it was 5 days ago when we received a report about the hearth. You should have seen the professors. Look like children on holiday.
What did this report contain? We have sent a few ourselves, but none that would warrant this reaction that I
I don't
can
know
think.
if you've heard, but the hearth is collapsing.
Yes, we had sent word as such.
And all of the professors have decided to go out there because nothing like this has ever happened before.
Are they going to try and stop it?
I don't know if they can stop it. More like record it.
I see. And what is it exactly that you're doing here? This looks truly intriguing.
Well, you see, I also received something a few years ago.
I'm listening.
You've been to Absolution.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen what is. They have the sun. Yes.
Yes, because of an event that happened about 5 years ago, that a contraption a lot like this was responsible, from what I understand.
It was not the reactor that was at fault. It was people like you.
People do often
Define
get in the
that.
way of
Well,
otherwise excellent plans.
you be more
Are you
specific.
attempting to recreate what was done there without the human error, as it were?
Can you be specific?
I like the way you put that. Human error.
Of course, it's an umbrella term. You know, we don't want to corral everyone as human, but humanoid error.
No, I
Or
think
you're
we
not
can-
better because you have talents, sir.
Sorry for that.
The question remains, why are you here instead of on your way to the hearth?
I think we already answered that question, but to get more clarity, what do you mean, like people? Like, is it like just the humans?
Vorti, let's answer his question. Adaman, if you
Hi.
want to step in.
Adaman, how's it going? So we talked to Micah, and he sent us out to find Selena and all of your other friends, and they're gonna fix the problem of the collapse. And the thing is, the thing that you're doing right there would cause another collapse. So why are you doing it?
You talked to Micah.
Micah has been healed. He's sane again.
Yes.
Sane again.
Sane, yeah.
Well, yeah, there's
Yeah.
this long story about him losing his mind.
He
and
created a
then
religion.
created
Make fun
a
of him for
cult
it.
around it.
Yeah. Oh,
and
it's very funny. Yeah.
I was about to steal that cult, but then I
Yeah,
was
we
like, no,
could
that's
probably
too much
still go
work.
steal the cult if you wanted to do that.
That's still a lot of work, though. It's a lot of people.
A lot
Yeah.
of dumb people.
Great guy.
But then Micah like flew us around.
actually
took
the
him
best
to
of you,
his
yes.
lair.
He has more kindness in his wings than you have between the
Oh,
spikes
no,
on your
okay.
spine.
I just start trying to shove everyone back out the door. I will make a check if I have to, because this is chaos. I'm sorry, my lord. We still haven't answered your question, have we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we got to get
Yeah,
dragons.
like multiple times, but
We're here to ask for your help.
Give me your radio. He holds out his hand.
Oh, is our radio just broken?
I just imagine like these two giant dragon claws just taking this tiny
Yeah,
little.
he's like,
With
he like
his-
plucks it, plunks
Like in
it out
Toy
of my,
Story.
yeah, plucks
his-
it out of my hand. Yeah.
With his dragon hands, he turns the tiny little radio over and he pops the back open.
two little hamsters inside.
I see you've not been taking care of your equipment. His claw begins to glow bright red, and he sticks it into the radio, and here you see a little sizzle of smoke come up. He pops it back together and he hands it to you, and as soon as he does, Adaman, the radio comes to life. And you start hearing it's constant transmissions from pinnacles all over Scythia.
Weird that we were able to talk to Absolution, though. Who knows why that worked?
Hey,
So
you
I'm
know,
just concerned about how they gave us, the newbie pinnacle, a radio that was out of calibration and up for PM.
Yeah.
did you say the name Selena?
Yeah, hold on. Here, let me look at my notes.
Yes, Cinta advised we should probably speak with you before pursuing Selena's help. But we'll need the four of you for our plan that we would be more than happy to discuss with you. But I would like to know your motivations here first. Not that I would ever intend to interfere with them. It's just you
Oh,
haven't
well.
exactly answered my questions.
You're asking about this machine.
Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
I was apoplectic that I hadn't thought of at first. You see, 5 years ago, there was a human who thought of a way to remove the slag from the air. It would have worked. You've been to Absolution. You've seen what it's like there.
Mm-hmm.
But she was interrupted. Her notes were found and copied, and they ended up here. So I'm creating the same machine.
But you know that the thing that's collapsing the continent was specifically caused by that same event, right?
Was it?
Yes.
Are
That is
you
what we
sure?
surmise.
It
No.
was
Oh, you
It was-
surmised.
the
Yes.
timeline lines up with the misfortune of what happened in Absolution, triggering this geothermal event. But there's no precedent to know if the device functioned properly, if it would have the same outcome.
True.
But there's also no evidence to the contrary.
Exactly.
It's quite a gamble. Wouldn't you think? You could lose all of this. Everything that you've spent so long building.
Do any of you speak Draconic? Or
There's
read it?
one.
No.
There is one among
No,
us.
we don't. I mean, unless you want compliments on your pants.
This is going to be fun.
Nash speaks Draconic.
Yeah, I just silently turned to Nash like,
I have a gentle hand raise. Like you're in the back of the class and you know the answer, but you don't want to answer.
Long ago, this island was called Treskask. Center, Micah, Selena, and myself were, in common, I suppose you would call it a ruler, although it wasn't as such.
like Jason.
It was populated mostly by reptilians, dragons, dragonoids, such. And then the humanoids came. A few at first, and over time, more and more.
Came? From where?
From elsewhere on the planet. I don't know if you've noticed, but Scythia is rather small. And unnoticeable.
Is that why you wanted to rule this place? Something small that you can sink your talents into and take control of?
This is in Draconic.
No. I'm
Oh,
speaking
okay.
in common. As the humans, dwarves, halflings became more numerous, we decided to step down, settle in. I founded a university. Micah hid in his mountain. For several hundred years, the humans built things. until 50 years ago, the rupture. It wasn't enough that they owned all of Traskosk. No. They had to ruin it as well. After the rupture, I kept my head down more than ever because the slag is for many of the reptilians, they didn't seem to mind. But for us inherent magical creatures, we couldn't live in it. The only reason the four of us stayed was because we couldn't bear leaving this land that was ours.
But, sir, Micah believes there's a way to save it.
Micah was ever the optimist.
We've seen it work.
Yes.
We've seen the way the lightning that some of you, like yourself, are able to create, the way it disperses the slag.
Lightning does consume the slag, it's true. But we're talking about an entire continent. This machine is more likely to cleanse the land than I am by myself.
Even if it's at the risk of destroying everything.
The risk of destroying? There is nothing as it is.
Could you
don't believe that.
Could you define nothing?
Nothing. I don't have to define that. It is what it is.
What about what you've built here at the very least?
Define is.
That depends on what the definition of is.
Right, because your is could be different from his is or her is or their is, and now we're all disagreeing on what is
Exactly.
actually is.
Lazuli, may I speak frankly at the risk of disrespect?
I think we're past that, don't you?
I don't even know who Frank is.
I can't expect
You'd be
you
surprised.
to care for the life forms beyond this mountain. They have done nothing but make your life harder. Some of us that you have recruited into your service have worked towards your ends, and nevertheless, we're just means to those ends for you. I don't think it useful to appeal to your sense of morality or empathy. If nothing else, look at what you've built here. Look at what you're capable of. That alone would be a monumental risk for something that need not happen if there's another way. And I'll gesture to the machine. We can buy time if we address the issue at the hearth.
And if, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Ahmed.
No, okay. If I may, do you disrespect the other ones that of your status, not to have them help you make the calculation? I believe after having faced down Micah's might and Center's terror, that they could at least guide you one way or another, or at least give you aid. Were you all four to be able to come to the table?
Yeah, like how
Say
we are a
goodbye.
pinnacle, you guys can be a quartet.
I have done some early calculations. I still have to recheck. But I believe that I can divert the hearth away from the university. So sure exactly what I would have to gain by stopping it.
You said that this island used to be ruled by the four dragons. I mean, by you all. Should not the might of you four combined save the island again? You say it was taken away by humanoids like us. Why not restore it together?
For once, we are in agreement.
Okay.
Wait, who? I missed that part.
But you don't
Oh,
want to
you-
restore it for us.
Me and him.
You just want to restore it for you.
There is no point unless the slag is gone. This machine will help me do that.
But wouldn't it be better to do this together? You
I think
know?
he's saying that this machine will also cleanse us from the island there, Wardy.
No, that is not what I said.
Oh, good.
Oh, great.
So if-
I mean, because there's a whole timing issue. Like, how long is it going to take for this machine to really get on board? And like, you have to do like all of the quality assurance checks to make sure that everything is going to go okay, and you're not going to like just blow up this half of the island. I mean, I trust you, but you know, they're like steps, and then you know. But if we just get our powers combined, you can certainly create a Captain Planet of sorts and save the planet, right?
I am taking my time, testing the machine,
Mm-hmm.
making recordings, making sure that what happened before doesn't happen again. Although what happened before won't happen here because don't have people to worry about.
We can stay here. I know you don't want us leaving after seeing this. That implication is not as subtle as you might have meant it. I am curious, though. You've prided yourself on your intelligence, all this data you've gathered, all these calculations you've run. Have you examined the events at the hearth in connection to what happened in Absolution 5 years ago? Do you have any inclination one way or another, whether or not one was the direct result of the other?
Well, there was the perhaps coincidence of them coinciding, but
Well, I think what happened in Absolution was definitely responsible. It's more a question of if the machine had functioned properly, would we be looking at the same result?
I don't think so.
Can I insight check that?
Unless you go and check it out yourself, will you know?
You can inside check it, yeah.
Okay, 21. Which is really high for me. I rolled an 18.
Well, it's hard to tell what a dragon is thinking when you look at their face. Their facial expressions aren't exactly the same as humanoids, but you think you think that he thinks he knows what he's talking about.
So
Whether or
if
not
there-
you think he knows what he's talking about is a totally different thing, but you think he thinks he knows what he's talking about.
if there were a couple of these low life humans that maybe could be saved after you do all of your exciting genius stuff, how do you think they would save themselves from your calculations?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
When
Where-
when you create another gosh darn bomb in this island, what do you think the humans should do? Should we go underground? Should we go in the water? What should we do?
This is not a bomb. This is a filter.
Okay, well, when you build your filter,
Slash bomb.
If overdriven, it could be a bomb, yes.
Oh.
But without outside interference, it should be fine.
Oh, so you're saying that if it operates the way you're saying, it will not have a physical effect, only a magical effect.
It will have a magical effect, yes, but secondary physical effect that you could live
Well, a positive physical effect. Yes, I understand, sir. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Um,
We haven't answered the one question that I had, which is why are you here?
I told you,
Because
and she was
our
very upset
radio
when I
was
did tell
messed
you.
up.
Yeah,
Our
but it's like,
radio was
Yeah.
messed up, so we have been lost, wandering the countryside, looking for your lovers and your past rulers, so we can come back here and watch you make a bomb. That is why we're here. Our radio
Oh.
was a bust.
but really,
And
it was-
and we found a little dog made of tentacles that we needed. He needed a place to stay.
that's true too.
Yeah.
That was the most important thing, actually.
hmm
We came for help, but you're not helpful.
My
Yeah.
love.
Well, we're on our way to
Well,
see Selena.
I don't know
Well,
your.
you're right. I got my
Yeah, I don't
Ties
know if
crossed.
you and Selena are like that.
Selena.
Are you and Selena like
Is
that?
it like
Yeah, we're
that?
on the way to see
I thought that
Selena.
they
You were
were
just
like
on the
that.
way.
no,
can tell us.
Center and Micah were.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Yeah.
But was it?
We
But-
came here at the recommendation of Micah. We were told that if we could get the four of you together, you might be able to work together to stop what's happening at the hearth. Now, if that's not your priority, there's nothing we can do about that. But that
It's
is the
very
answer to your
clearly
question.
not.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
We're on a schedule.
if you can convince Selena, then I will be on board as well.
You,
Do you know how we could go about doing that, though?
I know that
Hint? Yeah.
if this was all Micah's idea, I do not have high hopes, but
Got some high hopes.
Oh, how dare you? I love
but
Mike.
if you can convince Selena, I will go along with it.
All right. Well, then, big question. Do you have something that'll help us breathe underwater?
Oh, where is Selena? We should start there. We're not 100%.
Well,
her-
you see, Selena used to live in the swamp to the north,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and she was driven out 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Simo Anya, yeah, he's not exactly a charming fellow.
I like this.
Yeah, super broken
Uh,
though.
Hatchling was killed.
Oh,
Then we were told
Huh?
to go back to the beginning.
her
wait.
hatchling was killed.
Her hatchling?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Who was the
Sure.
baby daddy?
She retreated into the harbor outside Angul. I would like to think it was to be close to me, but
Because you the daddy.
I wouldn't, you know.
Weren't you? They were lovers. I told you.
Oh, we knew it.
Show some respect.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't say that to him.
He's the daddy.
He's a dragon. He heard you anyway.
He's still a daddy dragon.
She has not come out 50 years.
Oh no.
So should we tell her you said hello, or is she going to be mad
I'm mad at you.
if
yeah.
if we bring up your name?
I will give you a message for her.
We're listening.
And her lair is 1,000 feet below the surface. Can any of you breathe underwater naturally?
I mean, we could barely breathe above water with this.
Then I
Yeah,
will-
slag it out here. Hey.
Then I will go into our stores. You take the message to her. And talk to her. If she wants to come out, she will.
Can the message also be one that will not get us instantly killed?
Well, that's the idea.
Okay, great.
That's
In the meantime, I will continue working on my device and hopefully divert the hearth from the Institute. But if you are able to convince her, then
Did you do extra trial runs just to be on the safe side?
Can I ask you, Do you know the meaning of 2
lonely.
by 4 by 6?
I'm sorry.
Cinta mentioned that we could call that out to at least get Selena to listen to us. 2 by 4 by 6.
No, this has no meaning to me whatsoever.
But can you show me the meaning of being lonely?
I can.
Ooh.
I'm working on some lyrics.
I can help you with that.
All of this like love and romance in the air between dragons. This is some epic shit.
That'd be a good song. Professor Lazuli, if I could, normally I wouldn't try to give you a piece of advice like this, but you know, we're kind of this far now. And while you work on this device, maybe keep in mind that even a vessel of peace or healing that like you're trying to make here, if you build something that can be corrupted and used as a weapon to destroy, then maybe it shouldn't be built at all. You know, if there were no fail safes in the previous ones, maybe you could build that in this time.
Or an e-stop.
If it's so easy to overload and destroy everything, maybe not.
What is that on your back, little one?
This axe, is that what?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Crow gave me this.
Yes.
Pull it out.
And what is
Swing
it
it around.
for? What do you do with it?
I mean, I try to protect people
How
I
do you
think
do
I-
that?
by stopping those who would cause harm to others.
Hmm. Do you suppose that bit of steel could be used for something else?
Absolutely.
Perhaps as a lever? Or some other simple machine?
Sure.
It's only when you swing it that it becomes deadly.
I think that it's a little more about the intentions and not the device itself,
Exactly.
which is why we have concerns with people like you making bombs.
Well, see, the more complex a device is, the more things can go wrong. The axe is just one thing.
Complex. This reaches over and he turns a knob, and the whole room fills with neon pink light. It's hard to
You-
look at. This isn't complex.
You see, Nash, he specifically said it wasn't a bomb, and you made him a little upset. I think you made him upset. It wasn't a bomb until, oh God, why
this
Nash?
is a bomb.
Why?
You proved my point. Thank you.
Then he turns the
Isn't
knob
it?
down, and the light comes down to a tolerable level.
You know, bomb, weapon of mass destruction or deliverance, whatever it is. You can't say that it's not beautiful.
Agreed.
Now that I can see you, yeah, you're right.
Oh no, it's totally gorge.
We'll try and seek out Selena. You said you have something that can help us and a message you would like delivered?
Yes. I tell you what. Stay here the night. Tomorrow I'll give you a message.
Okay.
Fair enough. I think we could use a night's rest anyway. We've got time.
Oh,
Approximately 18 days by my calculations.
I thought it was only 17. Well, that's a lot better than I thought it was. Good.
No,
Well,
it's
that's-
still 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
That is until absolution is swallowed.
Yes.
18 days.
I would
We've
like
got
to
more
save
time
them.
here.
They seem very nice.
Quite
They
a
do
few many
supplies.
more days before it makes its way here.
No, what's crazy is though, is within those 18 days, other little habitats of like animals or whatnot are being just destroyed.
Oh, they were 50 years ago.
Right, but yeah, I couldn't do anything,
That's
you
a good-
know,
you
in the
got a good point
past
about that,
week
yeah.
or so. But
Mm.
like we're losing territory as we speak.
I think we're already getting a lot more than we hoped for when this conversation began.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Maybe
you.
a
So-
night's rest will do everyone some good.
What's the message again?
He
He'll
hasn't
tell
told
us
us to us yet.
tomorrow.
He hasn't told us anything because he's gonna dangle us by our stream and then kill us in our sleep.
He's standing right there. He heard you say that. Like
I know.
so rude.
Lads,
Go
we're all
upstairs.
just very, very stressed. We're a mood right now.
We were the
Um,
first ones to find this, and no one was believing us. I'm glad you
Right.
believe us. I feel actually a lot of vindicated that you're acting on it. Thank you.
Yeah, we're a mood right now that we need sleep. We're tired. That's all it is.
Go on upstairs. Avail yourselves of the kitchen, the dormitories, and I will write a note for Selena.
Oh,
There is something actually not related to the fate of the world that I was hoping you could help me with, Lazuli. If the rest of you don't mind me hanging behind, I'll catch up for cookies and dinner. Trust me, I still want that shower.
I don't think there are any cookies here. Roscoe
I-
turns
and-
walks out.
I up and leave.
I'm
and I go
out.
straight to the
I didn't even
kitchen.
listen to what she said. I left.
Yeah, I up and leave, go straight to the kitchen, and I start rummaging the pantries to make the best dinner we've had in a long, long time with desserts and cookies. I'm like,
Gordy's the one to do it.
I worked with Franz, so I'm a good sous chef.
you're the
I'm
sous
not a
chef.
chef, but
Yeah, be our guest, be our guest.
Adaman
As-
will linger, not at the doorway, but he'll move across the entryway and then turn back and then just wait to see.
As me and
Cecily
Vorty are
arrives.
like kneading bread in the kitchen, we're kind of like facing each other on the other sides of like the little island, and I do look over at Vorty. You know that everyone in this town still really likes you, right?
I hope so.
You
It's
know,
just
the
feels-
bartender, Nick Filet, Filet Phillip. What is the big jolly guy? Big man is what they always call them. I don't know his real name. You know, they actually like you. So
it's just very strange to come back here.
I can't imagine.
It feels like an eternity ago. I just don't feel like the same person. And then
that's good.
And needing to he needs it a little harder, just like
I'm glad you don't feel the same because you're not the same, but everyone really likes you still. And I reach over to the flour that we've been like, adding to it, and I just
I get him with a good thing of flour.
he's like you, and then he like throws some back.
Yep.
And it just ends in an insane flower fight. Oh,
What did you want to ask me?
I made a rather grievous error in judgment, and I will pull out all of the teeth I removed from the young draconic skeleton in the swamp. I took these hoping that they could be symbols of good fate from the scholars over time. But now I'm wondering if there's any way you could help me make some sort of something beautiful out of them, some sort of memorial that I could bring to Selena. Obviously, there's no way we could have brought her hatchling's entire body out of there, but at least this way she can have a piece of a child with her.
He sits down heavily. And he takes the teeth from you, puts them in his hand.
Was this your child as well?
His face is hard to read.
Sometimes that doesn't matter if you care about them. Either way, I'm sorry.
Come back tomorrow. Need time alone.
All right. And I'll turn to leave, but pause in the doorway with like my hand on the frame and look back in. For what it's worth, I know mankind and all that encompasses can be like a pestilence. And I'm sorry for what was taken from you. But wanton destruction isn't always the answer. That's something that it's taken me a while to learn. I guess short lifespans you learn more quickly. But I'm still sorry for the pain that you felt. And I hope that whatever we do next will be a symbol of good faith.
What did you say your passive insight is?
Passive insight is not great. It's 13.
How about you, Adam, man?
15 for me. But I'm far enough away that I could probably only barely hear them. So
Well, Adam, man, you met Center,
Mhm.
who was presenting as a sexy tiefling.
Mhm.
You met Micah, who was walking around as looking like a human.
Mhm.
And as Tess walks away, Lazuli is sitting there looking at these teeth in his hands. And when you were at the school before, it might not have occurred to you to question why he built these huge tunnels big enough for him to get through.
Mhm.
But now that you've met Micah and you've met Center, you know that he's able to shapeshift,
Right.
but he doesn't.
Mhm.
Like, it would be the easiest thing for him to shapeshift and move through smaller tunnels and things. But when he was working on the generator before, even now, he stays in his dragon form.
Yeah.
And it occurs to you to wonder why.
Lion doesn't wear the mantle of a house cat.
Okay, let's take one more break. And then we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. BRB. Okay, so you guys go back upstairs. Gordy and Nash are making stuff in the kitchen.
Big old mess.
Making a big
Making a big
mess, probably, yeah.
I think Roscoe heads to the training room.
Okay.
But we're making the best lasagna ever. Because there's
Homemade.
flour, there's dough everywhere. It's just
Homemade pasta lasagna.
homemade. I got that little, yes, baby.
Yeah, with and you're using Simoania flour.
Simone, yes.
That's funny.
Simone flour.
Thank you.
That was good. That was quick. That was good.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
What are you
Tess
gonna
would, once she left, she would make her way back out and see Adam Man lingering. Did you hear all of that?
Not quite. I'm trying to give you your privacy. Just making sure you were okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's head up a little bit
All
before
right,
we
cool.
talk. I'll put some distance between us just because I don't want this to be overheard by Lazuli. I want to leave him.
okay.
I don't know if that hatchling was his,
Mm-hmm.
but he obviously is hurt by what happened to it. And, you know, I know he's this all powerful creature, but he's been acting selfish and he could do so much more for so many others. But he's been through a lot. He's had a
yeah.
lot taken from him.
I mean, look at anybody that's lived through the rupture. It has really scarred them. We are merely the children of it, and we are pretty messed up ourselves. So I get it. And he's given us a promise. I think it's a promise he thinks is impossible, but let's try and surprise him. Let's get Selena here so that he can't back out of this.
I don't blame him for his bitterness, you know.
We caused this. We did. Our forebears, not the dragons. We hold the responsibility. And now we're all scrambling to survive, and they are standing there just thinking, do we deserve to join them? And look, I mean, you know, there's all sorts of moral arguments you could make. You know, none of us are the ones that created this device. We're just the children of the suffering. Why should we be killed with it? But long lives breed longer hatreds. So we're going to have to try and convince them.
I think we do our best. We watch each other's backs on the way, and whatever happens will happen.
All right.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I mean, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I just got to remember to reach up. I don't know when that moment's coming, but I'm scared. I'm going to forget, you know. Been kind of like doing a workout every day. Just, whew.
Right. See, she told you that, and she told Roscoe something similar.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard Nash mention hearing anything from Always, and she certainly didn't give me any instructions like that. I mean, she said to trust my friends, and I've tried to be a lot better about that, but we don't even know who or what they are if they're not some mass hallucination brought on by bad rations that we all had.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, I really checked myself for the daughter, the first dream I had, you know, and didn't find anything, good, I'm glad to say. But can you check like the very small of my back? I can't see that, by the way. I've been looking and I feel it doesn't feel, but no, it's all right. Anyways, I think, I don't know. Let's give it a shot, Tess. Let's give it a chance. This could be it. We might
Can I
be
tell
able
you
to-
a secret?
Yeah.
And even though there's no one else around, I'm going to lean in kind of close. I think I'm falling for Roscoe.
Good choice. Good choice. That's a good guy.
I don't understand him at all. He baffles me. We've got so much similarity in our background, and it's made him into this little ball of joy and energy and optimism. And he's always smiling, and he's got those cheeks. And just, I lived a similar life, and it made me hate everyone. What kind of person is he?
I think Roscoe's the type of a guy that really, I don't know. He's an optimist, all right. Like even more than I am. And thank the gods for men like Roscoe Jenkins. Thank the gods.
At first, I thought he was naive. Now I think he's just better than the rest of us.
Oh yeah, we got to make sure he makes it out of this at least.
Yeah, I've been getting the impression he really doesn't like the water. So,
Oh really? Oh, I
you
missed
know,
that.
in the swamps, he said it was just his height. But every time we've mentioned going out in the ocean, he seemed really reluctant.
I've never seen him swim. Does
When
Roscoe
we-
know how to swim?
I don't know. When we asked Lazuli about something to help us breathe underwater, Roscoe just kind of withdrew. He was standing there just kind of shaking his head.
Oh no. I don't think any one of us could make Roscoe do what he doesn't want to do. So this is going to be really interesting.
Just help me be there for him, yeah?
All right. Yeah.
You're good like that. You're the
Yeah.
one that kind of keeps us all together.
I'll do my best. Vorty's there to back me up.
You're a good man too, Adman. And I'll stand on my tiptoes because he's so much taller than me and peck a kiss to his cheek. Do you hear? What is that? Sounds like slapping and sand. I'll go up into the kitchen.
Don't know if we want to find out. Oh,
Can't
here we
see
go.
anything in the kitchen.
Everywhere.
You can't see anything. It's like fog.
It's flour everywhere.
Are you guys
But
under
we still
attack in here?
We still managed to cook dinner
Yes.
somehow.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go take that shower now.
We come out looking like ghosts.
I put on my my mask and I like come walking in. What? Why?
Yeah. Hello, Adman. It's so good to see you.
We got a little carried away with the
Yes.
flour. There was just so much of it. Might as
I'm
well
gonna
make
tell you
an
right now,
event.
you guys have as much fun as you want, but if you guys messed up dinner, Roscoe's gonna be very
Oh,
disappointed.
no.
Oh,
Dinner is going to be great.
All right.
Yeah, the lasagna's in the oven. It's
Oh,
gonna
okay,
be
cool, cool,
amazing.
cool.
Lasagna.
All right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Tess will head to the showers.
I'll see you guys in a bit.
So I guess maybe
What's
we should
Roscoe
start
doing?
cleaning up, Nash.
Roscoe's in. I think he's practicing his blind fighting in the training room. Just working through some stuff with a training dummy.
Well, Vorty and I do like set the dinner table and like the I would say the flour probably hasn't settled completely, but the dining room outside, like we put like forks and plates. Like it looks nice. It looks very,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, we'll eventually
The
take our
kitchen is the
shower. We'll eventually take our showers, and then as the table is being set with the food and everything, I start playing like really nice music for everyone as you arrive.
Yeah, Roscoe comes down. Hadn't even occurred to him to take a shower after weeks on the road in a training session. So he's gonna walk in just sweaty and just so excited for dinner.
All right, so we're all a little bit hot and bothered.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Hey, what's
Our
up?
plane comes to like a screeching halt, like
What's for
Uh,
dinner?
Roscoe, you're not going to be too overheated to eat, are you?
I've not too anything to eat.
All right, darling. Then let's tuck in, yeah?
Yeah.
yeah.
Here's to the end of the world.
18
I-
days.
I hit everybody with my little fork. I go all like pling, 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 pling.
When Tess says that, the lights overhead dim to almost nothing. You can feel the walls shaking as whatever Lazli is doing downstairs shakes the
We're gonna-
mountain.
We're gonna die tonight, aren't we?
After about 30 seconds, it lets up.
If we do, at least we die together.
And in our sleep.
And with a full stomach.
Yay.
It's a lot better than most of us could have ever hoped for.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
James, I know this like probably mechanically won't do anything, but I'll try my magic awareness feature when that happens, just to try to like use my 60-foot radius of like, is there any magic around us, or is there a distinct lack of magic around us?
Oh no, there's magic around you, Roscoe.
Ooh.
How does that feature work?
So I know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet, and then the school of magic of the spell.
Okay. I'm gonna treat it like a detect magic.
Mhm.
It is every magic school.
That's what it was before.
And if you were to cast detect magic, you'd be totally blind.
It's a powerful
Yeah,
sense.
very powerful.
So you probably all see Roscoe like mid bite, just kind of double take as he feels that energy.
Are you okay, Roscoe? I've never seen you hesitate to take a bite before.
Yeah, he's really doing something downstairs. That was a real shockwave.
Well, if it's something that could cause what absolution is, I reckon so.
I don't know if I want to be around when it does.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Do you think he's gonna, all this stuff that I've been able to do recently? Am I gonna lose that?
I think if any of us were hit by whatever that machine's going to do that strongly, I think that would be the least of our worries, as if some of our talents were altered. But I could be wrong. Hopefully I am. All we can do is our best. And I exchange a glance with Adaman.
Oh, no.
Yeah, maybe it'll just make me better at teleporting.
I was promised dessert. Is there any, or is all the flour
No,
spent?
we have dessert. It's just like a fruit salad because we were gonna make a pie, but we did use too much of the flour, so it's just like a nice caramelized fruit salad that's still pretty
Ooh.
good.
Oh, yeah.
With like
Delicious.
caramelized brown sugar and cinnamon everywhere, and
Okay.
It was
yeah,
clearly
it's
supposed to be put in a pie.
candied. It's candied fruit.
Okay. It's delicious.
Am loves it. He's like, this is so good. No, and none of those needless carbs. You guys are just amazing.
You
We're looking
outdid
up for your
yourselves.
figure.
I mean, round is still a figure, but we'll ignore it.
So
Lovely.
you spend the night in the dorms.
Can we push all the beds together and just have a nice big cuddle puddle? I don't want
Yeah.
to sleep in the
Morty,
bed
I know
alone
her.
tonight.
All right.
We always, yeah, that
Yeah,
we
we
back.
always sleep together. So
We're all
All
we're
right.
back.
Well,
in
hold
old
on.
days.
Roscoe, go take a goddamn shower, Eve, and then get in the cuddle pile.
Fine. Roscoe takes a really quick shower.
Oh, no.
I'll wash his clothes while he does, because I know he's not going to do it.
Yeah, thank you.
When we all get to bed, Roscoe does a steamroller where he rolls over everybody.
Going into a rage. I love how like half of the group is bothered, the other half is like, whatever.
Mm-hmm. In the morning, Tess on her things that you left off to the side, her pack and whatnot. There was a letter sitting on top of them, sealed with wax.
Alright. I'll just assume it's not for me. Tuck it. Oh, is that all?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel heavy enough to have any teeth in it, does it?
No.
It doesn't have like a name on it. I don't know if this is for me or her.
Yeah,
I could just go downstairs and ask.
we could.
You'll
Anyway,
get
you had a-
breakfast.
you
I'll
had
be.
another
I'll be.
question for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just be a moment.
All right, we start.
Yeah, I'll just sprint down to Lazarus' chambers.
The door that was open before is no longer open.
Oh my god.
He's not visible.
No.
I'll just walk up to it and call out. Is this for Selena or for me?
In response, the lights dim. The rock around you begins to vibrate. After 20-30 seconds, it stops. The lights come back up.
All right. Wish us luck. I'll be wishing it for you as well. I'm trying to make my way back up.
All right.
God, I'm so fucking tempted to have Nash read this letter.
Because Nash is the only one that does not care. She would open it in a second.
And a redrag comic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
But I won't. I'll tuck it away in my. Well, shit. We need something to breathe water. I open it. I open it. We were expecting information from him. It's got to be from me.
Roscoe.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to look at your things that you left to the side, there's a crate.
There's a crate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd pick it up.
It
and
wasn't
kinda
there the night before.
shake it around a little bit like you would a present.
Mm-hmm. And inside you find 10 potions of water breathing.
I think this is a mistake delivery.
No, this is exactly what we need, buddy. Great job.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roscoe, I want to talk to you about this. Roscoe, do you not know how to swim, man? We've lived in Ongul. We're a coastal town.
Well, I mean, you lived in Ongol. I lived in the mountains and came down and sold
So
some stuff and went back to the
never
mountain.
swam in a mountain stream or anything like that?
No, the tides are, no, not really.
Okay.
Pretty. Is that just like, should I have, is that something I should know?
No, I mean, it's something that we're going to have to teach you at a later date, but for now, these potions are going to solve your problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I can do that. It's going to be no problem at all for anybody. I'm sure.
No, because like Adamant like is looking at him and he's like, I'm now noticing telltale signs of not. It is not not a problem.
So then the potions give us 1 hour to breathe underwater.
So we got 2
Oh,
hours.
just one?
Yeah.
Oh shit. The spell is 24. Fuck.
Really?
Potion is 1 hour.
The
Yeah, that's
spell
why I
water
wanted to.
breathing is 24 hours.
I know
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to double check it because sometimes potions don't always act the way the spell itself
Oh,
works.
that is disappointing.
Okay.
Unless I read the
So I'll
wrong.
walk back in with like my dagger point under the flap of the envelope, getting ready to cut the seal, and then see the crate and like, how did I miss that before? Okay. Shall we?
All right, yeah.
Shall you what?
Make our way down to Ongul to get Nash's boat
Yeah.
and make our way to the dead zone that she knows about.
A quick pecking on the cheek for Nick Filet, and then we're underway.
Well, you it's morning.
Mm-hmm.
You head down to the docks. Ongol looks exactly the same as when you left it. We're in the Dark Ages. Nothing changes.
A massage Vorty as we walk through town.
Okay. You make way, and then you make your way down to the docks as the fishermen and whatnot are getting ready for the day. And Nash, over the crowd, you hear, Nash!
Please be a
And
dragonborn.
you
Please be a
hear-
dragonborn. Please be a
You hear
dragonborn.
boots on the docks. Don't.
Sound like Dick Filet. It sounds.
You look
like...
up, and it's Nick Filet.
Oh, okay.
Come on, James. What does
Um,
he look like?
Describe him, James Baxter.
Feed
Describe
us.
him.
He is
We are starving.
6'4", 6'5". He has long, bushy hair and a big beard. Barrel chested. He's basically Jason Momoa. Roscoe and Adaman, can you roll wisdom saving throws for me?
Oh, okay.
What?
Is this just what happens every time I see a hot guy on the street in real life and I have to take that psychic
So
damage?
do I need to roll like
40
a
doesn't have to roll.
self-control check?
40 just automatically fails.
I don't-
I got a 13.
He is a dragonborn, though, right?
Fair. That is fair.
And an
Morgan.
8 for Adam. Okay, so Adaman, you feel inadequate.
Adamant, in response to feeling inadequate, it's just like
40 didn't have to roll because he never feels inadequate.
hey Dick.
So
Well,
how's it going?
because Vorty he feels very adequate for this situation.
And it's like super obvious to you guys though that like Adamant's like he takes his voice and he's like hey Nick, what's going on? And you're like, Adamant, did you just fake make your
Did
voice
you just
deeper?
code shift?
just take care of this voice a
No,
little
no,
bit.
that's my
You
normal
totally
voice.
code shifted.
That's my normal voice. I don't know what you're talking about.
I put my hand on Adamant's shoulder. You know he's completely harmless, right? You don't have to feel anything. You are
Oh.
beautiful,
Oh,
and so is he.
Aw.
thank you. Oh, well, that makes
Nick
me
runs
he's
up
one.
to you, Nash, grabs you on the waist, and he picks you up like all the way.
Like me next.
And then he puts you down on your feet very carefully.
I give the like cordial kiss on both cheeks kind of thing.
Where have you been?
Wandering the countryside looking for you.
And that's
Very
where we'll-
sarcastic. I say that.
That's where we'll end it tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Reunion
Nick
episode.
Filet.
I love this
Mm.
reunion episode coming back to our old stomping ground.
And I wanted him to be a dragonborn so bad.
Is he not
No.
a dragonborn?
He's Jason Momoa.
Well, why do I speak Draconic then? That was what we decided. Like plot wise, we had to use that. And he had to be a dragonborn.
Maybe he just like spent time studying.
He's
overseas.
Jason Momoa in CGI suit,
You think
Dragonborn.
you
There
think Jason
go.
Momoa doesn't speak Dragonborn or Draconic?
Maybe.
Of course he does.
Maybe it's like he's a descendant, so like the bloodline is a little diluted. Maybe he's a half dragonborn or something.
He had a
like that.
previous captain that was a dragonborn. That's why he only
Something.
knows certain.
That's fair.
So your knowledge is secondhand. That's why you've got some maybe
Yeah,
translations.
It's all flirting stuff.
Yo,
I feel
I
like-
just like spit taped root beer across my room.
She's gonna have to clean that up.
I
Listen,
mean,
if you meet Jason Momoa in person, I bet he's speaking Draconic.
Oh, he can
Oh,
speak whatever kind of tongues he wants to me.
I'll speak in tongues, baby.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, this has become a thirst trap of an episode. Thanks, guys.
we always knew it would happen when we met Nick Filet.
Yep.
We were ready for it.
Wow.
Can't wait for us to sail away, and we have Nick Filet just like Aquaman standing there shirtless in the water.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
No.
That was beautiful.
Well, thank you everybody for coming. Players, thank you for playing.
Yeah,
thank you for DMing.
Yeah,
Watchers,
thank
thank you for
This-
watching.
This was so good.
Yeah.
Sponsors, thank you for sponsoring.
Yeah, it's real funny.
Yeah,
We
Roll20,
love you.
thank you for sponsoring
Roll
us once again.
20.
Oh, the best. God, I can't wait for next Sunday. We can go another 4 hours, right?
Well,
No.
Alex is going to be on YouTube any
Go-
minute.
Oh.
Alex, I started playing Valhalla. I
Did
started
you?
playing it. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing? It's so good. It's
Oh,
so good.
I love it. Oh, I
So
love
good.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
in love with that game. I'm just in love with that game.
Every
I'm,
archway is a potential secret. Check it.
We've got to
Every
fucking
well.
make
Go down
James
every
look
well.
like Sigurd. I keep saying we got to make him cosplay as Sigurd.
totally do that.
I know what you're
Go
talking
down
about.
every
Draw the
go down
tattoo
every
on.
well.
I
Yeah,
haven't been
find
down
every
any
well that you
wells.
find and go in it and you'll find something.
Oh,
Yeah, it's such a fun
okay.
game. Yeah, I'm gonna be
Okay.
playing that in an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I definitely can't watch your stream now though because I don't want to be spoiled. But
So it
I-
depends. Like it
I'm
depends, like which
watching.
video it is that you may be able to like, so that you're not spoiled. And then you can kind of follow.
I watch it.
Everybody check out Alex on YouTube at Classic Gamer, Gaymer. At Roll20, thank you for sponsoring us, and everybody, thank you for being here. Especially those of you who are here on stream with me right now.
Thanks,
highlight of my
Scott.
week with you guys.
You're starting to find out things that I wrote a long time ago. So
It was a
This is
big
wonderful.
session. Thank you, James.
I think
Yeah,
it was a good session. Yeah.
It was a good go back to the beginning session. It was great.
That is what we were told, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love you guys so much.
I love you guys too. And we'll see you next week, hopefully,
Mhm.
on Entropy.
Bye.